kind of like being anonymous. Now you guys gave me my name. Did you announce that you had executive session? Thank you.
I'd like to give you this. Give you one. And give you one.
Thank you.
We're going to stay over later. Yes, mine.
Okay, it's 4:31. We'll call this meeting to order with the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you all for coming. We had an executive session at 4 o'clock that discussed some legal issues. And now we'll move on to regular business. Do I have a motion to approve minutes from September 6, 2022 meeting?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Do I have a motion to approve the August treasurer's report?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second the approval.
Are there any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Agenda amendments? No. Correspondence?
No.
Old business? Okay, new business. Do I have a motion to approve or deny resolution 2022-19? It's in regards to Act 57, which,
I can give you a summary.
yeah,
if you'd
thank
like.
you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
That's a pain in the butt resolution. So the Pennsylvania legislature adopted Act 57 of 2022, which amends the real estate tax collection law. Previously, it has been the legal rule has been you have no defense for not paying your taxes if you claim that you never received a bill. So not receiving a bill is no defense for not paying your taxes. They carved out an exception for people who purchased property within the last 12 months, at any 12-month period. If you're a new property owner within the last 12 months, and you didn't receive a tax bill, and you'll go in and swear for it, then the tax collector is automatically authorized to waive the penalties and fees associated with that. You still have to pay your taxes, but your penalties and fees are waived. We are obligated, we don't have any discretion, we are obligated to adopt this resolution to direct the tax collector to do that.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve or deny?
I'll make that motion to approve.
I'll second.
Are there any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion to approve or deny resolution 2022-20. This is in regards to the 2021 ECOG audit, Council of Government audit.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Are there any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Land development.
So we have a sidewalk bond release for 8819 Marley Way. This is on Marley Way, a new house being built. There's no curb ramps or anything, it's just a straight section of sidewalk adjoining two existing sidewalks. So the bond was a cash bond for $5,000. We reviewed it and recommend release.
Okay, do I have a motion to release that bond?
I'll make that motion to release, approve.
Will second.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Mr. Solicitor.
I received an email from Matt today regarding amendments to the Summit Township sidewalk ordinance, so I'll take a look at those and turn those around for you. Also, we have prepared a draft adjudication for the cell tower hearing that we had last month, and I will have that out with some recommendations for you in the next week. That should be able to be on your agenda for your next meeting.
Okay. Thank you. Engineer Jones.
Just a quick update on the roundabout. Currently, all 5 lanes are open, but the final paving hasn't been done yet, so there's some bumps as you go down and up. They're anticipated to pave, they have to pave by the end of September unless they get special exception to pave beyond September. Wearing course deadline is September 30th. So there will be anticipated rolling closures whenever they go to do that. I don't have a paving plan per se yet, but I think the plan is to try to pave it within like a 1-week period, and we'll just have rolling delays. So we can't really anticipate what lanes will be closed when, but just a heads up, if you're traveling over that way towards the end of September, expect some delays and closures. And that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you. Supervisor Lee.
Well, thanks for coming. That's all I got.
Tony?
Just real quick, the basketball/volleyball court at Picnic Camp, we got the new basketball hoops in last week. We got them installed late last week. That's done, and we put down the first coat of color, well, it's not the color, it's a sealer coat, and then we're going to be doing the color hopefully later this week, and then there'll be pickleball and volleyball set up on there, of course basketball as well. That'll be pretty cool. That's really the big deal right now. Nothing. Winding down.
Okay. We finished mowing everything, probably parking the mowers here pretty quick. As far as all the back mowing and burn mowing, working on ditching, opening up ditches throughout the township needs some attention. Tomorrow we will be taking a road crew down to a safety meeting down at the convention center. It's put on by PA One Call, and it's all geared towards safety and PA One Call stuff. So we'll be kind of out of the office tomorrow for the most part. Public input, 3-minute limit, please.
Wondering if there's on the roundabout, have they got signage planned for that as far as, is there going to be things, and the other question of what they're going to do with the overall thing right at the center of the roundabout?
The center will be landscaped. There will be trees, shrubs, plantings, and then a flagpole in the middle.
Okay.
As far as the signage, it'll be the standard roundabout signage. I don't think it's all up yet, but there will be signage and markings on the roadway as well, the yield markings, crosswalks, and so on and so forth.
Okay, thank you.
And I think all the street lights are on at this point in time, so it is illuminated.
It looks great there. It looks great, but I just wondered how it's going to be signed.
Good afternoon. My name is Ed Troper, and I live at 1235 Ponderosa Drive. At the meeting on September 6th, I spoke about the ordinance number 2022-02, specifically about Section 8, Paragraph A, which states that an existing short-term rental had to have a license before September 1st of 22. Since that meeting, I've acquired additional information through the Right to Know law, a letter on Summit Township letterhead dated August 26, 22, which reads, from to Brent and Robin Apel, 1571 Ponderosa Drive, Erie, PA. This was sent via USPS certified mail. RE short-term rental license for 6540 Washington, 1571 Ponderosa, 1259 Ponderosa, 1283 Ponderosa, and 1279 Ponderosa. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Yeaple, on June 6, 22, the Summit Township Board of Supervisors voted to adopt ordinance number 2022-02, short-term rental ordinance. Per this ordinance, all short-term rentals must register and obtain a license through Summit Township beginning September 1st, 22. Enclosed, you will find an application for the short-term rental locations listed above. Please fill in the information and return the application with the required fee by September 1st. Once we receive your application and fee, an inspection will need to be scheduled with our code enforcement officer as soon as possible. If you would like to review the ordinance, it can be found on our website at www.summittownship.com/departments/zoning/ordinances. If you have questions, feel free to contact the zoning office. We look forward to working with you. Sincerely, Summit Township, Tamara L. Cass, zoning administrator. +5 enclosures. Please note, it was important enough to send USPS certified mail. Sending this letter to the Yaples by a township employee, Ms. Cass, was unethical, and the residents of the township should have an expectation of neutrality in any matter involving the public. Ms. Cass should not be advising Ms. Yaple or any individual that they should be applying for a license before the deadline in the ordinance. Ms. Cass's comments also back up our contention that for any Airbnb short-term rental in the neighborhood to continue, they had to have their license by September 1st, 2022. Not only was she advising Ms. Yable about the 3 existing STRs, but also about 2 residences that have not even been built. The word intent has been mentioned. How can intent be used to apply for something that will not be allowed after September 1st, 2022, that does not even exist? Ms. Cass is the zoning administrator for Summit. The zoning officer's duties are many, and she must administer the ordinance by its literal terms. The zoning officer does not have the ability to waive or tighten any requirements of the zoning ordinance. Does Ms. Cass have authority to notify individuals, or was it suggested she notify Ms. Yable? If so, that sounds like some kind of collusion to me. With the ordinance stating licenses had to be applied by September 1st, 2022, and the fact that Ms. Yable did not apply for her license until September 2nd, for which we have documentation in the contents of Mrs. Cass's letter, I propose Airbnb short-term rentals that were not licensed by September 1st, 22 can no longer be operated in the Ponderosa residential neighborhood. Thank you.
I can just note to the supervisors that notices were sent out to all property owners who are operating in Airbnb, and I believe that was at my request that those be sent out so that we could provide notice of the ordinance to each one of those property owners. I believe having a conversation. There's nothing unethical or untoward in doing that. In fact, I believe it to be an obligation.
How many letters were sent out?
There's 9 copies here, but there's multiple. I have to compare all the addresses, but it looks like
It wasn't just the April, I guess.
no. We have the Paparellis, the Langdons, the Lawrence Myers, Tiger Lily, Lemons. They all went out there.
Is there anybody else? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.